Gonna have me a cigar tonight in the cool evening here. Gonna set my light a little bit differently. Yeah. It's beautiful, brisk night. Not bad out here. I'm still gonna put on a hat. Hello. Cigar's looking beautiful, people. Look at this thing. Yeah, I know I lipped it a lot. I put a lot of lip on there, I know. Beautiful, though. Beautiful cigar. Got a little sun today, huh? Look at me. Little tea. Someone popped right on in and then popped right on out. I'll be here for a bit, though. Yeah, it was sort of tough. I'm running out of... I don't really have inexpensive cigars. Although I'm running out of new cigars somewhat. I don't want to try any of the new cigars without... I want to save them actually for content. I know that sounds really stupid. But yeah, I want to save them for little shorts that I can make or something else. So I'm saving like some of the newer cigars that I have. I've smoked them, but something like some of the other more expensive cigars that I got. Thanks for hitting the like. Thanks for hitting the like. Let me see if I could see the chat. I would see it if you said something. I'd be able to see something. Beautiful, beautiful brisk night. But this is still better than freezing. I'm downstairs. I'm watching YouTube. Most of the stuff I wanted to do something funny earlier, but then I decided not to do it, right? I don't want to talk about goofy stuff that my friends and I were to be talking about. But what I would say, since I have 0 people here or 8 people? What I would say is don't go on a trip and do bad things that would have your friends not have a good time. Try to help your friends have a good time. Don't be a schmuck. Don't do things that could compromise their safety, right? What's up, dude? Nigar. Hi, bro. What's up? What's up, A and B Shorts? What's going on, man? I would love to see your shorts. Are you comedic shorts? What do you do? What kind of shorts you do? I got to do some... I'm gonna make some more shorts. I'm gonna make some shorts on a cigar. 12 people in the stream. Thanks for coming on in. Please hit the like button on the way out. Still hit the like button. Comment would be cool. I belong in India. Oh, cool. I mean, I know India. In fact, the guy, I don't know if he's from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh. The guy whose cigar shop that I go to, I don't know if he's from India. I think he's from India. He owns one of the best cigar shops here in the country. I like smoking cigars, period. I've been smoking. Somebody was like, oh, now I got 4 people. Damn it. I didn't keep. I will. I'll take a look at A and B Shorts. I'll go and subscribe you. Shout out to A and B Shorts if you make it in here. If somebody will listens to this at some point, go give the guy a subscription. Yeah, people check in here and then they check out really fast. I'm not sexy. I don't have any boobies to show you. Not pretty. I'm not playing music. I'm not that funny. You know, I accept that. I accept all of that. That why I don't have a ton of fans and a ton of followers is, you just suck. I just suck. Sometimes you got to accept. Man's got to accept his limitations. A lot of that though is all dependent on, sometimes like with these lives, it's dependent on you guys. Like I do some lives, for example, where I will discuss like completely the cigars. We'll talk about the cigars quite a bit. Sometimes I might be talking about a political topic, or I've done some stuff on Star Wars recently. I've been diversifying the live streams to just talk about things that I'm interested in. I did one on personal submarines on Friday. And in the process of, I should have been better prepared, and I would have learned a lot more about the personal submersibles or small submersibles. Right, they're out there. I'm in Chicago. I'm in the United States in Chicago. I've got 2 people now only. But in the process of doing some of these lives, sometimes like today, we're not in that phase. We're just talking. I was going to smoke. I just came out here to smoke a cigar. Beautiful. Look at that cigar, man. Beautiful looking cigar. So a guy was asking on one of the lives, here in the States, somebody was asking, okay, sort of, I wasn't offended, but I was like, what, like in anything, I guess, yes, some of your experience does make you qualifying, right? Like, does add to your credibility. But in certain things, it shouldn't matter, right? Oh, now there's nobody there. Nobody's in here. When we're talking about things like a cigar, like this construction, like it's all subjective. Most of it's subjective, except for the construction. The construction is what it is, right? Whether this canoes, whether it falls apart, how well it's humidified, that is measurable, right? Avian shorts, I work in various things. Right now, I work at the airport primarily. I don't do anything secure or that's top secret. So yeah, I do a lot of different airport work. So I'm in the airline industry. And I like the airline industry because it's, number one, super close to my home. And I could get there on public transportation very easily, like very quickly. I could get to work on public transportation sometimes within a half hour, which is friggin' awesome. And number two, the traveling perks, right? Not only are you in a cool environment like around the airport, but you get to travel with a lot of the companies that you might work with if they do have travel benefits, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and those are the 2 main things that are really cool about it. But yeah. So this cigar is going to do okay for me, right? I probably didn't light it, but it's a little brisk right now. It's good that I'm wearing a long sleeve underneath here. Wrist check, my Seiko 5 Sports. I have a great deal. I got these, man. You guys slept on them. They doubled in price. This thing's worth more than when I bought it by almost more than double. More than double the price of this thing. I paid like $79 for this thing. It's selling for just over $200 or about $200 now. So not bad. Not a bad little. Not it's not really an investment because you don't resell these. My kid, or once I die, someone could grab them and they're like, oh, it's my uncle's watch or his watch. One of those. But these are inexpensive. Blueface. Yeah, nice dial on it. Looks really good in the day. In one of the ones that I actually kept the bracelet, the original bracelet on it. Usually the bracelets on these and a lot of Seikos is super, super cheap. They don't do a very good job on their bracelets. This bracelet I kept on there, right? Today was beautiful. It was a little cloudy in the morning. I'm sounding the weatherman. I'm Tom Skilling here. It was a little overcast in the morning, then it turned beautiful and sunny, like super, super sunny. And then now it's gotten nice and cool. There are people still out, right? We're just about, no, not even at 10 o'clock here in Chicago. And it's a little cool, but this hoodie is fine. Hat's good that I brought. That should be enough for me. My hands aren't going to get super cold, but I can feel my little fingers getting a little chill, but nothing like ridiculous. Man, the flavors on this thing are just fabulous. Super rich. I've had it like this thing for like 2 years now. This like a 2-year-old cigar. We're talking about aging cigars. I was talking with these guys about aging their cigars, and I don't know. And here's my guesstimate: is sometimes I don't. Maybe guys are like me. I assume people are like me as well. Like I have a very nice shop next to me that I have a collection of cigars that I have in my store here and that I want to age, and that I age most of my cigars, I should say. And then I live so close to one of the best shops in Chicago that I could just go there and pick up a cigar. Right now, financially, the best thing for me to do is to smoke through some of my stash here, and that's what this is. I bought these actually from Benny's. This was a deal. These were at 70% off. I bought these for like $5 a piece, about the last box. They were on like yellow tag or red tag final sale at Benny's. So these things originally like $13, $14 a piece, and I paid like less than $6. And I bought all of them. I was like, I'm buying all of them. Or like in a box of 20, I bought like the last 15 or something like that. Oh, look who showed up. Look who showed up. I was just talking about that. Have you gone on vacation with somebody? Don't ruin somebody's vacation. Angry. You got no reason to be angry. This guy, the traitor. Traitor. On all days, the truth comes out on Memorial Day. Memorial Day weekend, the truth comes out. After the blood's been on the battlefield. And you can't hide. You can't hide the truth anymore. Yeah, so when you go on a trip, don't be a douche. A gadoosh. You're getting gadooshed here, Joey. Don't be a douche. You know, be kind to your friends. Maybe pay for a meal, Joey. How about that? Right? Pay for somebody's massage. But no, no, no. I gotta make sure you don't have a good time. The room is for me to soil the sheets. They're my sheets. I want them to look like I have them at home, all yellow and stained up. Good and stained sheets for Joey. Airbnb for me, but not for thee. That's the way Joey does it. Only I can have a good time in the Airbnb. But I'll leave a big old dump and stuff the toilet that you'll have to clean up. Don't worry about it. I'll leave you a nice gift in the washroom. If you need to go use the washroom, don't worry about it. I'll make sure to stuff it with some big old shit in there. Big old dump with a lot of toilet paper so you can't flush it. I won't clean it up. No, I'm not cleaning it up. Yeah, we all know who goes someplace and gets arrested by the police. I wonder who. You're traveling. Who gets stuck at the crazy bar? Huh? By crazy people. Who gets locked in the bar? I wonder who that is. Wow, all this stuff's happening on all the trips. Oh, who's getting the negative reviews on Airbnb? I wonder who's got like the negative reviews in multiple countries. Multiple countries, somebody's got negative Airbnb reviews. Somebody like staining the sheets and then breaking stuff and threatening the owners. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm not naming names. I'm not naming any names. The truth should come out. We need a page. I need a web page. You're gonna search on Google. Best known cock blockers. And then have their faces up. If you see this person, do not go on a trip with them. They are not a good wingman. Do not go to a bar with them. Don't go to a club with this guy. He's a known cock blocker. You will not only not get any assistance in picking up women. You will not have a cocktail bought for you. He will not buy any rounds of drinks. He will not bring you any women at all. Yum, yum, yum. Good call on the cigar, Roberto. This one was in a well-humidified box. Like a lot of my humidor, frigidor has been a little inconsistent humidification-wise, but these guys are talking like, oh, it's got to be this and this and that. Like, dude, sometimes I told them if it's well-rolled, like this is well-rolled, right? If it's good tobacco and it's well-rolled, it's going to burn good. Like, it could be dry as fuck. It could be super humid. And this thing, more than likely still, if it's rolled well, will burn well. Chances are it's going to burn well. The heat on this sucker, on the heart or the cherry of the cigar, as long as it's got a good draw, if this thing were super wet, it could dry as it's going through, as long as you get a nice, clear draw. If it were dry, it might get some cracking, but if it does happen, which it like I said, I was mentioning them like the last time it was with Excel cigars, like the Benny's House brand, which was like $4, and I literally wanted it. It was a waste of $4. Like I wanted it for a walk home, like just a walking cigar, and I had a nub, premium, more like $6 cigar, a little nub, right? And I forgot who makes nubs. But those are like quality cigars, a little bit more money, which I should have just bought one of those. And I walked with it today, for example, and it burned fine. I'm walking with it, not golfing, walking, no problem. It's burnt really excellent, right? It's just this cigar right now, it's great, man. It just doesn't have like a lot of complexity of flavor, right? It just doesn't have that nice sweet note. It doesn't have that chocolatey note. It really doesn't have that pepper. It's got a very strong cedar taste, but it's mild. It's like a mild cedar taste. It's not a mild cigar at all. Hash hang? Why do you let the hash? Because the ash, actually, you don't ash these things. The ash allows it to burn properly, right? As well as the burn coolly. It doesn't burn as hot when you keep the ash, but it also allows it to burn properly. So you see that placation? That's how you know it was well rolled. It was good tobacco, but it allows it to sort of draw more uniformly as well as coolly. Boring, yeah. Joey, I'm not fun. I'm not. It's not a fun channel, buddy. It's not that. It's not that type of channel. You're the only person here. Joey, I got to tell you what we tell the other people, what other people like that are alive. If they don't like it, they got to leave. You can leave. Take the mic away. Mm. There we go. That finish right there. That tastes a little better. Mm. That oil's there too. Mm. Nice. Where's the drink? I got the drink right here, the tea. And I have to go for more. I'm running out of it. Drinking tea. Everybody drank themselves. They're having the Jack Daniels and the beer and the Monacos, and I was cooking. And I drank tea most of the day. I had a little Sprite with my second meal, with my dinner. I ate twice today, which was cool. There is still something a little green in this cigar, right? It has more of a garden sort of undertone. Mm, I like that finish though. Yeah, a lot of it. It's more cedar, strong cedar based. The whatever like little fruit that it might have that sort of wants to come out, or that nut just isn't there, but it's still a nice smooth cigar. Nice. It's a more refined flavors. Like nothing is so predominant. It's not a mono flavored. It still has a full set, right? A full spectrum of notes to it and full spectrum of flavors. It's just nothing is like boom, you know. And it's a strong 8, you know, good a strong cigar, strong. I mean, a strong smoke, good quality cigar. Burning well as we see, beautiful color as we see, right? Great placation on there. It is almost like an unripe, not quite banana, but more. It has that more yucca, like, you know, like you know, almost more potatoy, right? But with cedar, with wood, so it doesn't have a ton of. It's not like robust flavor, although it's a robust smoke, which is interesting, which is different. People are like, "Oh man, they're being insulted." He said it tastes like a potato. I like potatoes. Usually, they need something else to go with them, right? You know, are potatoes just filler? Like, do people just like the taste of a potato? Can someone tell the taste of like what makes a good fry a good fry? Is it just the oil, right? Like what makes one French fry better than another? Why are In and Out's fries better than McDonald's? Why are McDonald's fries maybe better than Burger King's? Right? What makes Gene and Jude's fries so good? Potatoes have, well, the brown potatoes I got that I bake a lot and that I eat a lot don't really have a lot of sweetness to them. In and Out fries have a little bit of sweetness to them, and I would bet McDonald's almost straight up like add some kind of glucose or some kind of like sugar to their fries. I would bet. I would bet. Yeah, so this is my second cigar today. It's nice having two cigars in a day. Would have had three, but this morning wasn't. It wasn't so nice outside. Or else after breakfast, I like having that after breakfast coffee cigar. Once my tummies get a little full, right? I fill up on something in my tummy, and then I'll have some coffee and have a nice cigar with the coffee. I like that. And then I would have had something after I cooked and everybody was settled. And that's what I did. I had another cigar then, mid afternoon, mid afternoon cigar. And then now, winding down, end of the evening. I wasn't tired at all. I'm not tired at all. Just sort of winding things down. If I were drinking, I definitely probably this cigar would still be good with beer. With any spirit's going to be fine, But yeah, it would be spirit time, right? What does it say? Do you think booty is more important than water in prison? JJ on the go. I don't know. I don't know about prison too well. Um, I would say clean water would be more important. I'd be afraid to be in somebody's booty or to have my booty messed with. I'd clean my booty pretty good. And for sure, if I were in prison, I'd clean my booty pretty good. So I think water is more important, regardless of where you're at. Water is more important than sex and booty. Because if you got water, you might be able to get some booty. You might be able to get some booty if you got some water. Good, clean water. I've not been in prison, and I hopefully will never go to prison. Mm. Wow, it's getting better. We finished the first third, getting almost on the first half, and it is getting a little. Maybe I also put a little honey in the tea, so maybe there's some residual sweetness of that, like that's starting to like really kick in. Someone's playing the guitar over there. That's pretty cool. I always love live guitar. One of the bigger regrets that I have is that I didn't learn how to play acoustic guitar. Because like right now would be cool. I could play guitar for you as we're like chilling out outside, or when you go camping or something. You're on the beach or in the woods. Bring out the guitar, play a little music. Mm, much better now. It's much better tasting, and the honey from the tea is definitely helping it. It's got a nice little sweet finish and it just doesn't. It's not as woody now. That cedar is there, but the honey that's in the tea is cut it. Cut it. You got to cut it. Jay Cutler. I don't want to put this down and go and get more tea, but there's nobody in here. So I'm gonna go do that. Tea takes like literally. I got one of those. Here's for tea drinkers or people who also like if you're like ramen. I'm not a big ramen person, or even if you're making pasta. I got one of those electric tea kettles that boils the water like super fast. And even when you're making pasta or you need it for like or steaming vegetables or anything, you use that first, and you use that kettle and you throw that kettle into your pot for your pastas, or if you're steaming vegetables, or it just like makes the hot water like literally in 2 minutes. Like it will heat the water up like enough that you would need. So I'm gonna go and do that right now. I'll leave this sort of going here, but if you guys stick around, fuck. The cigar should come back, or we're gonna test this. Like another thing, quality. And I hate putting down the cigar when it's like this because it's burning so evenly, so well. Praise to the cigar roller. They're excellent. Whoever was the cigar roller on this, see? The quality of the cigar roll as well as the tobacco go hand in hand. If the roller ain't any good, it's going to give you, it could be the best fucking tobacco in the world, and the roller fucks it up, you get a fucked up cigar. So the craftsmanship, the roller's ability to be consistent, right? To allow you to enjoy, to create the function of a cigar, right? That's what the roller does, right? Because just with the tobacco, you think you're going to roll up the tobacco and just try to smoke it like the way they did it old days, probably they did thousands of years ago. They just grab a couple, like even Native Americans do it. They just grab the leaves and then roll it in their hands just a little bit, almost probably look like a little bit, like this, but it was a lot different. I mean, that it burned evenly or burned would have been insane. And I don't think they were complaining about how I burned uneven. It started to leaf on me. But these go through a different process, right? It's a completely different construction and process that the cigar tobacco goes through than any other sort of tobacco product or non-tobacco product, any sort of smoking product, whether it's marijuana, pipe tobacco. This is a lot different. So let me go. Shit, man. Fuck, I have to put it down. Let me go get my tea going. 2 minutes flat, people. Mm-hmm. And look. Another thing that's good construction. Look at that. Still holding the ash. See how firm it is? Look at that. Whoa. Thank you. And I'm actually trying to squeeze it. And I can't even squeeze the ash. I can, but that's how good the ash, that's how good well rolled the cigar is. Two minutes. That's all it took to boil the water. I'm gonna put on a glove. Work hard. And the jacket. We lost Joey. People come in and check out really fast. JJ on the go. He was in and out. Smoked it a little fast there. And that what happens there is you get a lot more intensity, a little more bitterness sometimes when you're rushing it and you're taking a bunch of draws. I just wanted to make sure that I got it really well lit. And I could have like puffed it out, like right, to just get it going, puff, but I still wanted to sort of taste it. And it was a lot more intense, lots of cedar. A little too bitter when I did that though. I need this to quench and clean my palate, not to quench my thirst, but to clean the palate. But it's too hot. Fucking will burn my tongue right now if I went for this. Like right now, I'd burn myself if I tried to drink this tea at this point. But you see, it's piping hot. 2 minutes. And I could feel it through the my thermos here, my little Yeti. Yeah, it's getting cool fast, unfortunately. That's Chicago. Gets cold here quick. Look at that. Look at that. Steaming up. Piping hot. There's a tea bag. Joey knows about the tea bag. Joey likes that stuff. Tea bagged. Tea bagger. So I should have asked Jay, do you like the tea bag or to be bagged? Jay on the go. That's what I should have been cruel to him with this question. No one's in. Well, I was thinking of it was for a moment there. I was confusing sandbagger with teabagger. You know, like the sandbagger, somebody who pretends like they're not good at something in order to take advantage of somebody. Like in a game, you're sandbagging. I know they just call it teabagging. tea bag, and he was, I guess sandbag's a bigger, you know, a bigger fraud. One thing about the tea that I drink, this chamomile, like chamomile, fuck, even the peppermint and the mint, like I fucking pee like a racehorse, pee so much, like constantly using the washroom when I'm drinking the tea. Like it keeps me up. I wake up like, or don't even fall asleep really. I'm like, okay, I gotta pee. Someone's like, it's Asian that they're singing in. Not quite Chinese. I think it's Vietnamese. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like when I hear someone speak Chinese, I can understand the difference between Chinese, Korean, and Japanese, and some Vietnamese, but I wouldn't be able to discern like singing. It could be Chinese, it could be a Laotian or Vietnamese. It definitely is not Japanese. It's definitely not Tagal, like Filipino Tagal. It's not that. I think it's Vietnamese, which could be a dialect of Chinese. What are the Vietnamese is Vietnamese. But a lot of Vietnamese speak Chinese, I believe. I'm not positive on that. There, that's a nice draw. Yeah, that's a nice draw. Great aroma, strong cedar. It could be, part of the fermentation process, and that I've had it like in a cedar lined box with its own. Somebody was commenting on that. Oh, what kind of humidification you use? Yeah, I do what most people use. I use those little packets, right? Those fucking got a few different brands nowadays, but I primarily use Bovita. Yeah, Bovita packets. Even though I could have I do have some other humidification units, other types of humidification units that you add distilled water to, right? And they're like basically like a little sponge inside of them. In my Frigidaire, I also take like a sponge, almost like a sponge, and I cut it and clean it, right? I clean it before I cut it, let it dry out, and then I add distilled water to it in sort of a bag, like a cello bag, and have that bag sort of in there, and it just lets out humidity too. They dry out, so you know, this winter my cigars did, some of them did get dry, but for the most part, I have to test the humidity like in, because I put them, not only are they in the refrigerator, tupperware, they're in cedar cigar boxes, and I choose out the cedar boxes. I think nowadays not all the boxes are made of cedar, they could be something else. Little green, but it isn't a bad green. It has more of that pastoral character, right? A little more, like I said, an unripe, not quite potato-ish, but it isn't like it's more green, right? Not quite broccoli, right? It isn't like a super defined or poignant flavor. Like the note isn't super heavy. Yeah, they're going into the night. I appreciate that. I don't mind neighbors playing music, having enjoying their holiday. My brother was out here enjoying the holiday. Couldn't stay on one song. And he's drunk and just like, boo, you play like every fucking song, like 30 different songs in less than fucking 30 minutes. Just kept on going through a bunch of songs. It's pretty annoying, actually. The downside of also playing your music loud is that other people play their music loud. And you might be wanting to chill and relax. And when your neighbors are having their loud time, you got to just suck it up because you've done it too. Don't be a Karen. Don't be that person. Like if your neighbors are having a good time, as long as it's not a school night tonight technically, right? Sunday, tomorrow's a holiday. Most people are off. If they're going till 10:30, 11 o'clock, they could be fucking partying. I'm not going to mind. As long as nobody comes into my property, in the yard here, no one's fucking around, fucking with anything. Do not care. Enjoy themselves. Enjoy being safe. Let them be. They're in peace. Let them do their thing. Talking about peeing, I got to go pee. Nobody's in here, anyways. Ah. Yeah, that was a nice little draw right there. I find that interesting, not just at the beginning, middle, and end, but the micro notes that you might get, like how different the cigar smokes at different stages, the different flavors it gives you all throughout the cigar. Yeah, it'll have like notes that will go be there throughout the whole cigar, but then there are times like it smokes a little better. Like you might get a different you might discern a flavor a little better you did at a certain point than another. Sometimes it's just random. There isn't a lot of wind, and it has changed the uniformity. That's why I like keeping that initial ash, right? I'm really like keeping that. This is a La Aurora. And I forgot the construction on these. Forgot like what it makes up. I've smoked a bunch of these. Like if you've seen any of my content, like because these are some of the least expensive cigars I have, but they're not. I keep forgetting they were like a $13 cigar that I got on sale, right? And what's great about these Figurado or Torpedo cigars, right, is removing the band is like usually nice and easy, just slides off like that. And I like keeping these bands like that. I collect them, I keep them, and I like them when they have their shape like this. I put them in this big vase. And I filled one of the vases now, and I'm on my second vase. So from when I restarted smoking cigars, I've been smoking cigars most of my life now. So when it asked that, like, oh, I wonder how I need to know how long you've been smoking cigars and how many cigars you smoke a day and what kind of cigars you might smoke. Eh, relevant, but not really relevant. When we're talking about the construction of the cigar, that isn't as relevant when we know it's smoking right, it's smoking right. And at this point, if something goes different with the smoke cigar, I wouldn't blame it, or I wouldn't say it was the construction of the cigar. It's because I put it down a couple times, right? And that affected it, especially when it was burning nice and uniform, right? And then I stepped away from it, right? For like literally like 3 or 4 minutes. I stepped away and I didn't have to relight it. I do not like relighting my cigars, and I normally don't have to. That's another thing of a good cigar. A lot of really good cigars, if you do nurture them and you pay attention to them, you won't have to relight them, right? It's if you do great. I mean, if you have to do it, right? I just do not like relighting my cigars myself. It's just my personal preference. I normally don't have to. Most of the cigars that I smoke, like 90% of them, I rarely relight a cigar. I think you could go in through my whole library of the content of my cigar reviews, and there's going to be very little relighting going on. Earlier I wasn't able to finish my cigar, and there was still part of it where I could have relit it. And maybe if I were drunk, if I was still like in my drinking days, I would have relit it. Nah, I just left it. I'm like, I had enough of it. Like I could have some more of it, but it was, I left it for like 20 minutes. I'm not going to relight it after that amount of time. Even 20 minutes, I'm not going to do it. Back in the day when I was drinking, yes, but not anymore. Wouldn't do it. I want to start smoking some of the special cigars I have, but like I said, I'm going to wait to the weather is a little better for the right conditions because I'm out here, and the wind does matter. Like even now, it's a little chilly, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the cigar. I'm enjoying smoking here, even if I'm by myself. I enjoy it. But I see now why like a lot of people. My girlfriend started rewatching my old streams, which is a little embarrassing, but not really. Like, are you that bored? You're watching this stuff, especially no one even's here, like watching me when I'm live. That to go back and watch this stuff, and that's probably why my channel is what it is. It's not a great like tons of subscribers, unfortunately, and I have a lot of content, and that's because the lives just aren't live. We ain't live, turning up, turn me up. Mm. Yeah, the tea tastes really nice now. Mm. Yeah, I'm certain it would be more interesting if I were like smoking weed, but honestly, what's the difference? I guess most people don't smoke cigars. Like, so that's the big difference. Like the pool of people that smoke cigars. So if I were smoking weed, there'd be more people. Oh man, he's smoking a big old blunt, right? But what do the people tell you when they're smoking the blunt, right? What do they say? I watched one guy. I used to watch his weed reviews. A couple guys. Years back, I used to watch the weed reviews. There was a guy in Washington. He was good. He would show you the jar or the bag, wherever he got it. He'd tell you where it was from. He was knowledgeable. He would learn like where the people, like if it was hydroponically grown or where they grew it at, right? Not only where the company was, and he would say, okay, this is from Oregon, this is from this area of Oregon. Almost like a wine, he would know specifically where the marijuana was grown at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pee again. See how it was like I've just peed like 2 minutes ago? Hit the like up, people. If you come on in, please hit the like up as you leave. Please just hit the like as you leave. I appreciate it. Anything helps. The more likes. There goes zero again. Joey, he's back. Joey, when you're angry, nobody cares. Nobody cares when you're angry. You're not like a person that like you're gonna be scared if you're angry. Like when I'm angry, you're gonna see me angry, and you're like, I'm leaving that dude alone. I was just talking to that with about that this with my girlfriend. She was like, yeah, we were talking about like how I was when I was drunk because I used to be the big reason why I another reason what's good that I'm not drinking is that I'm an angry was an angry drunk, right? Like not a happy drunk. Yeah, I don't know what I it sounds Chinese. She has a really good voice. That's really cool. It's not like that little sit down, almost sitar like that the Chinese play. Joey, you do not hate music. You just have bad taste in music. Your boy got the Lilo and Stitch song though. That's a good thing, huh? My niece looks like Lilo. She got long hair, chubby cheeks. She was scootering today. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Joey goes to the. It doesn't matter what Joey's goes to the club. Joey can't watch a full movie. Yeah, you can't do a lot of things. Patience. You got patience, Joey. Just have like the movie's got it. Yeah, you're pretty bad at the movies, Joey. I remember that you would put on movies and never watch them. Never watch the movies you put on. I'm sometimes like that, but I don't mind going back to a movie. Like I'm watching an Alita movie, a movie about an android. I only like Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, because that's like a movie you could watch segments of Dumb and Dumber because it's a comedy and like the way it's done, it's almost like not improv. It's sort of improvisational comedy, but because the way the chemistry between the two actors, like Jim Carrey and I forget the other guy, like their style was apparently there was a lot of improv, and they're just segments of it. Yeah, it's a comedy. Adam Sandler movies are the same thing. You don't have to watch the whole Adam Sandler movie except for his more serious roles, like the ones that he has about basketball and like Uncut Gems and stuff like that. Those you sort of have to watch through, but his comedies, a good comedy, you can just watch here and there parts of it. Like Fridays. Like you mentioned, The Water Boy and Dumb and Dumber. You could watch just parts of it and enjoy it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. It's a comedy. The 5 minutes of it are going to be funny or not, and then you go to another 5 minutes, you fast forward it, and there's going to be more jokes that you might like, that might be more funny. I hated Dumb and Dumber because I was a serious film buff back in the day, and I liked like serious movies. And I hated Dumb and Dumber when it first came out. I was like, "This is dumb. This movie's so fucking stupid. Who in the fuck likes this movie?" And then like even Adam Sandler, like I like that one where he's like the demon. I'm the devil. Like he's the devil's son, like Demon Joey. It was Joey, wasn't he? Wasn't he Joey? I forget. I forget what he was, but that movie was funny. And now I think Dumb and Dumber is hilarious. Still silly, slapstick almost. I gotta take a piss. She's singing. People are in there. Hit up the likes before you leave. People comment something. Ask a question or something. Dumb and Dumber. That would be the movie Joey likes. Oh yeah, I've walked out of a movie before. A few different movies. Born in East LA, I thought it was so stupid. If I saw the beginning of Dumb and Dumber, if I were in the movie theater, I probably would walk out. Back in the day when I was younger and I was starting, I was like, this movie's too stupid. Yeah, but there are movies that I walked out, and it's usually best if you walk out sooner rather than later. If you know it's bad, just walk out and be like, I can't name the movies because I can't remember them, but I would walk out and then like, I didn't like it, and it's like 10 minutes into the movie, they'll give you a ticket for a movie. Most places will be cool. I'm like, hey, I know I bought a ticket. I don't like the movie. It's really, really bad. I don't want to sit through it. Can you give me a ticket or give me a discount on coming back? I'm going to come back. It's not an issue. And every time I've done that, I've done it like 5 or 6 times in my life. They will give you a ticket. You show them that your stub. I always keep the ticket stubs until I'm like out of the theater. Right. And they're like, hey, here, you see that the movie just started. It's 10 minutes in and it's bad. I know it's bad. I don't want to sit through the whole movie. Can you give me a ticket for another movie or, a pass for another movie? Right. I've done it before. And usually they're pretty cool. A lot of places are cool. I don't know. Nowadays, I haven't done it in years. It's actually been decades since I've done that, since I've walked out on a movie. But there are plenty of movies I've been disappointed in. Like Thor, the last Thor, Love and was it Love and Thunder, the one with the guy who the God Killer, good actor, like as the bad guy, and I didn't like it, but I sat through the whole thing. Right? It was a Marvel movie. I didn't like that movie. I probably would have walked out on the new Captain America, been like, oh my god, this is horrible. Probably not, because I still pick up on other things that I want to learn. Like Michelle wants to see the new Karate Kid, and we'll see how that is. The more recent remake of the Karate Kid was pretty good. Will Smith's son. Now that movie's like over 10 years old now. Right, it's over 10 years old. That was pretty good. It wasn't horrible. A lot of movies are just predictable, and they are what they are. They're not like super super interesting, but yeah, it hasn't been a while. It hasn't been. It's been a while since I've done that. It's not even 10 yet. Joey, how does the watch look? It's a good looking watch, huh? I need to wear this more often. A lot of my watches I need to start wearing more often. I wear it now. I have like one that it's not quite my beat. It's a beater, but I wear it all the time, like one watch, and I forget, like, oh, I got 20 watches or whatever it is. Got to start wearing those more often, like this one. Like I forget, usually blue is I'm wearing blue, but I don't like blue a lot, believe it or not. Yeah, so this one, great deal. I'm going to be finishing up that Alita Battle Angel. That's what it's called, Alita Battle Angel. Corny as fuck, corny movie, but the special effects are really, really cool. And the villains and sort of like the way that these humans are like somewhat of not quite androids or cyborgs. Like humans become basically having tons of spare parts. I like that idea. of the cyborgs, like that, you know, in the future, like people, it isn't just robots. There aren't any robots in this movie, or there are. I'm sorry, a full android, but the construction is still like a human, and there are full robots, but um, that they're, people are partial robots themselves, and most people have like parts, right? They're cybernetic. Mm. Final third, excellent, man. I love that unripe garden pastoral taste to it. Heavy oil, but not like super lathery, but I would like it to be super lathery with that strong cedar still. And the tea's helping it. It's a mint tea, but also I have like honey in it. So that's definitely contributing to the cigar. Joey could smoke a cigar. Let's smoke a cigar someday. His brother enjoys cigars. Got that cigar thing for the guys one day this summer. I'll invite people over here and we'll do a little cigar tasting slash little joint live cast of cigar smoking. And I think I might be able to finagle. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to try to use even my phone's camera. I'm going to try like hooking up my phone's camera, have the GoPro camera and the laptop camera all at once. Like, so you get like three views, right, of a group. Might be pretty interesting just to try. And I need to figure out, hey, if you're in here, please comment something, hit the like button for me. Anybody that comes in, hit the like button. Any likes, all likes are appreciated. Goes to 3-0. Joey goes in and out. Yeah, it helps. All these, like, I don't mind people coming in and out because then it like that's why YouTube wants the length of like people that stuck around for a while. I don't think the algorithm likes, okay, you might get like 200 views on your live, but if no one sticks around or if no one likes it, then it doesn't give you enough credit. And me, if I stick around in someone's stream and I'm like browsing like live streams, and if I stay there for over a minute, I'll hit it. I'll hit the like button just to give them a like because I know like the algorithm likes that, and I'm asking for likes, right? Cheers, everybody! Cheers. Yeah, I guess it is boring. Boring. It's a guy just smoking a cigar, just sitting down. Boring. Sorry, I'm not fixing a car. I'm not in a cool garage. Boring. Cut the mic. Cut the stream. Cut the stream. End the stream. Yeah, I'm going to be peeing a lot tonight. I had a lot of tea again. Drink a lot of fluids. Nice. Nice. That's refreshing. Cut the mic. They're not playing the guitar anymore. They're still out there, though. It's only just about 10 o'clock. That's another reason why I like these Perfectos or Torpedoes. Like, you can just take a little sip of it. That's when you know the cigar. Again, construction. Thank you, cigar roller. I'll never meet you, Julio, Alice, Lisa, whatever your name might be. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You made my time. You made the cigar enjoyable. The farmer did their part. All the guys, like, moving the tobacco, the pelotons around, they did their work, their part. And all that work comes down to you. You're the last person that really touches it, that makes it. You make the cigar. The blender told you, hey, I want this, this, and that. But that roller is what puts it together. They are the glue. They actually construct the cigar for you. Nice chill evening. Chilly and chill. Chillaxing session. We're an hour and 16 minutes in, so the cigars lasted an hour and 16 and would last a little longer. That's one thing I've noticed about my live streams, and also just in general. I'm very attentive to the cigars, and I might smoke cigars faster than a lot of people. Right, but then again, I smoke some little cigars, like those little, like a nub. I could make, it could last an hour. And I think it's not just it's the shape or the size of cigars in terms of ring gauge. These thicker, bigger ring gauges, right? And has that like 50 ring gauge what it started at, right? Like a wider cigar, like a larger ring gauge. They tend to, even if they're short, like even at this point right now, if I really took my time with it, I could make it last like another 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes easy. It's quiet out here. So this only been ashed once. Again, testament to the construction. And this is the second ash now. 2 ashes. And don't tip it off. I let it go. Like I said, it helps with the smoking. Look at how uniform that is. Look at that. Man. And buying premium cigars helps like that. It helps. And I just wonder sometimes, like, who, like, I've gotten lucky, man. I just got to keep praying and hoping, knock on the wood that is this cigar, the tobacco gods, that most of my smokes, most of my cigars have been always burn really good, man. Have very luck, good connections to the cigar rollers. She's still singing over there. Look at that. Moved around with the cigar in the ash like this, and it still holds up. Construction, man, so important. And that was like yesterday in the topic. The guy was like, that's what the discussion we were having was cigar construction, right? And I think, and here's my opinion on it, or whatever, regardless of the experience, was that if a cigar is well rolled, right, if it's constructed well, it should burn pretty well, right? It shouldn't fall apart. And sometimes it is the tobacco, but for the most part, it's the roll, in my opinion. Like, it's the roll, because you could have bad tasting cigars that are a premium cigar, and if a good roller had it, it will burn well. How you maintain them, yes, it's key. It's key. I keep them humidified, right? I do actually care for them, but more often than not, if it wasn't a good quality cigar from the start, if it wasn't well rolled, right? If it wasn't well rolled, it wouldn't get like this. This would not occur. Oh, that's so yummy. An hour and 22 minutes. Like I said, this thing, that little nub, even this part, can last a while. And I smoke them fast. And now the intensity and oil kicks in, burns a little hotter too at the end, like here. And I don't know if it's that just as the cigar, there's less surface area, right? So it's not as cool as it was going through, so it's burning a little hotter. It's getting more oxygen too, probably. But look at, we ashed it one time only, and I didn't intend to ash it. Like it fell on its own, but that was after, again, I took a break on it. And this one, I think the ash will hold through the rest of the cigar. Again, thank you, Cigar Roll. They're playing some cumbias out there now. Some Latin music. I want to put my glove on. My fingers are getting a little chilly. But it's hard to hold a cigar like this with the gloves on. Ba-da-da. That's it for the tea for tonight. That was a good one. Good tea. Just after 10 o'clock. I'll still be up for a few hours. PM. But we're close to the hour and a half mark, and I lit it a little bit sooner than I came out here, but just by like 5 minutes. We're at like an hour and a half. Mm. The oil. So 3 likes. We'll see how many people checked in on me, but I appreciate anybody that's made it in this stream. If you made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate anybody that might listen to this stuff. Sorry to be so boring. Maybe you could smoke a cigar. Maybe that's another thing I might try to do. Is like, yeah, I guess join a live stream of what it is that I'm smoking. Be cool to like smoke the same thing as somebody else is smoking. I'm gonna try to get to the hour and 30-minute mark, and then cut off the stream here in 2 minutes or so. Mm. That was a nice draw because it didn't have the intense, had that oil, but it didn't have like that intense wood taste to it. And it's not bitter. Even at the end here, it's not bitter. When I lost that ash, it had a little bit more of a bitter taste to it for a moment. And that was just a slight moment until I got it chairing again, burning well. He's back being angry. Yeah, I'm almost done here, Joey. Look at the big ash. Vinyl rating is good. It's like an 8.5. Not a ton of like diverse flavors, but the construction's good. Good smoke. It's a good little session. Just a good session. This everything I got is good, Joey. I don't have like bad cigars, man. I think there has been like one cigar that I've out of the past few years that I've been doing reviews on that I didn't like, right? And that's just one. But for the most part, all the cigars I got are good. So I've been here an hour and a half, Joey. Hour and a half smoking this cigar. Look at how nice that's ash. Look at how uniform that is. And I guess that's my point's been made. It's not even, whatever. It's not even that big of a big deal, big point. I thought it was just common sense, but I've been fortunate. Most of my cigars burn really good. Not as good as this thing, though. This thing is like, how nice this thing burned. Well, you don't have to light it. I could light it for you, Joey. I could light a cigar for you, and you don't have to worry about the lighting part. You just have to smoke it, keep it lit. That's the challenge, if anything. It's not that hard. You just take occasional puff of it, like this. Look at. That's it. Every so occasionally, every few minutes, little puff, and you'll be fine. But we are done. We're at past the hour and 30-minute mark. I'm just gonna let this here. Do I swallow it? No, you don't inhale it. You sort of not swallow it, but you let it swallow in your mouth, lather your mouth. You let it, permeate through your palate, your tongue, your upper palate up there, lower palate. If you inhale it, it doesn't taste very good. And plain, big plain. Lovely cargo plane, big 4-banger. Aurora 777, 747, 777, big 4-banger. Boom. Done. I let it alone. You don't crush it out. See, it's in the ashtray. And just leave it like that. Probably could have smoked it a little bit more, but no, we're done. Thank you for joining the stream. Anybody that's in here, I appreciate it. Ooh, there goes the ash, and it's still held. It broke part of the ash, but look at the other ash. I'm showing off a little bit now on my nub roach smoking skills, right? It says something about my cigar smoking experience, does it? I don't know, probably my weed smoking skills. But if it's a good cigar, it won't go this far. I mean, if it's a bad cigar, and I won't smoke it all this far. If it's a, it's got to be a finger burner. It's a finger burner. It's a lip burner. It's going to be a lip burner soon. There, that's it. Thank you for joining the stream, people. Thank you so much. Time to go watch a movie. Enjoy the rest of my evening. You guys do the same. If you made it this far, you are about better. Appreciate anybody there. I'll text you, Joey, and make fun of you a little bit. Have a little more comedy for the rest of this evening. But thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.